Welcome, everybody, to another episode of How to Let Go of Your Narcissist. And we're going to explore healing journeys and tools to help survivors. Let's start over. Welcome to How to Let Go of a Narcissist, where we explore healing journeys and tools to help survivors of narcissistic abuse reclaim their power. I'm your host, Marv Curtis, and today I'm honored to welcome Jim from California to share his insights and a little bit about the experiences that he's had, and hope that this might be able to help you on your path. Jim, welcome. How are you today?
I'm doing good, Marv. Thanks. How are you?
Thanks so much for joining us. Well, as a place to begin, could you share a little bit about yourself and what led you to this point in your healing journey?
So I'm a divorced guy for like 20 some odd years, single, one time married, right? 25, 6, 7 years, been divorced, one time married, got 4 kids in total. And I've dated around a lot. Almost got married a few times over that 25, 7 year time frame. Met a woman a couple of years ago because I was kind of done with dating. Yeah, it was ironic. Like, okay, I'm just gonna just take care of me. Anyway, uh, met this woman that it was an incredible, uh, meeting happenstance of meeting this person because this person ticked off all the boxes for me. And it was organic and innocent and seemed perfect. So we started out, dating and got into a relationship, and things changed after the first year. Here I am, 2 years after that meeting.
When you say things changed, what do you mean?
I hadn't. I mean, obviously, this is about narcissism and narcissists. I never really experienced that sort of personality type. And love bombing was, it was classic because like I said, never experienced it. And after the mask came off with this, person, this woman, I started doing some research because the behavior was so out of sorts for what I had experienced in the relationship prior.
Big contrast.
Night and day, almost instantaneous. Once, I proposed marriage, all of this happened, within 30 days of her saying, hell yes, as a joke in front of, all the folks. Yeah, a lot of things came out. So, yeah, the mask dropped and the other side came out, and it was gradual, but very significant. So after, like I said, experiencing about a month or 6 weeks of that, I started going, what the heck's going on? And I stumbled onto some insights about narcissistic abuse and, narcissism and narcissists, from some good experts, clinicians, PhDs. Started reading and researching and researching and researching, and the hope, as it is for, in a relationship with a narcissist, your hope is going to get better. You hope she'll come back. You hope it, and do you want to stress at the beginning? Not all narcissists are men. It's yeah.
Oh, that's true.
It's because men don't really want to be vulnerable like this, out loud. But it needs to be understood because, I guess it's half, statistically. Maybe you know more.
I don't know what the statistics are, but I know men are a lot more reluctant to talk about it.
Well, there you go. Here I am talking.
And here you are. So let's just go back in the past a little bit. This kind of came out of the blue for you. Had you had other experiences of narcissism or abuse or control prior to this?
Well, the only one, Mark, that I can point to that was obvious and significant was my mom.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, I went, I'm a guy that is not afraid to seek support, therapy through the years. And so I just went through, normal episodes growing up, after I was grown, right? Before marriage, during marriage, after marriage, and then some subsequent years after that, to seek out support to get handles on stuff, emotions, to understand what's this thing, what's that feeling, was my behavior this way, or why do I react that way? Whatever, the case was, nothing, you earth shattering, just normal uh help for myself, and just to help that. And so I just started to understand, wow. And then one year, maybe 10, 12 years ago, I just had an epiphany that, hey, you know what? Mom stuff has nothing to do with me. It's, and I just it was like a weight lifted off my life.
Nice.
I just kept going. I was good, had some good relationships, have good, success and work and friends and family and all that stuff.
So you've previously indicated that you're an empathetic personality. How did that play into this new relationship with the woman that you're letting go of now?
Have let go of, yes. Have a plan.
Yeah. Did that make you more vulnerable or more attractive? I mean,
that's what a narcissist looks for, is empath, right? Empathetic personality and stuff. So we had, commonality with church and Christianity, committed, prior to meeting one another for years, right? And how did it play in? Because my walk is serious, and she showed evidence and spoke about the fact that hers was very serious for years prior to us meeting. So that's how the empathy played in. And because I care, as a Christian, committed Christian person, about the well-being of others, I'm not kidding about it. I'm a serious born again Christian. So that's how it played in.
And was her mirroring that real, or was that just an act?
Well, you don't know until after you know, right?
Well, you look back, was she telling the truth?
That's a great question, for a straight dynamic. So there was a lot of evidence in her life that she was telling the truth for her own life, but as far as relationship is concerned, right? And that's what we're talking about here. For her significant other, the supply, which is what narcissists seek out, is a supply. Well, the supply, no.
Yeah. Well, they have an incredible power to be whoever they think you need them to be. And it can be very convincing.
And it was completely. It was amazing. Master manipulator is what I learned. Master manipulator.
Master manipulator. So what, if you were looking, say, there was a first step to my healing or getting out of this, what was the first step you took that made the most difference?
Just leave.
Just leave it. And was that
realizing that if I stayed here, it wasn't going to be any better, as the research and all the sort of professionals will to a man, almost, and woman, they'll never change. It's just going to be a cycle of the same behavior and damaging and so on. So I had to, I just had to leave, to get out, because I didn't want to get sick and or worse.
you go cold turkey, no contact?
Yeah, that's where I am now. It's not an old. This is a recent development for me, as you know, and so yeah.
So if you were to look now that you've separated, is there a tool or strategy that's been helpful to you in kind of getting back to normal?
Yeah, it's just never forget what you learned. If you learn enough to make a decision to get out, never forget what you learned. It's what I am looking at and thinking about, because the emotions are strong, right? If you were, like I said, I proposed marriage, and I'd never done that before, other than my kid's mom, in my life. And I had many opportunities, over the years. And, but never had a desire, based on all the boxes being checked for the relationship that I was in until this one.
Yeah.
So, you get to a place where you say, this is not going to work. It's not going to change, like, and all of the work you did to understand, don't forget it. Don't
There you
forget it.
go.
Don't forget it. And then, obviously the next step is heal.
So if you could go back in time and give yourself some advice, what would you give yourself?
Other than knowing what I didn't know, Marv, that's a great question. If I knew what I didn't know, then it's, the first trigger, second, third, fifth trigger, boom, you're out. Right? But I didn't know that people, especially, will call themselves converted Christians. I didn't know, that people can walk around like, to the extent, obviously narcissism exists on a spectrum, right?
Yep.
And, the more extreme toxic malignant types, very cunning and, well, very
Game.
Yeah. So other than knowing what I did know, because I'm not a dumb guy, I try to stay aware and open and honest and sincere and true to myself. I knew what I would have said, hey, cut out. It's just coming out of school.
So there will be people listening to this who may be in a similar situation or are thinking they might be in a similar situation. How would you advise them?
Learn as much as you can. Get support in your learning process journey. And stay strong, tactics, I guess, maybe is a word that's used to keep control. Don't play it. Don't buy it. And, when you learn what you need to know, then stay strong. Just don't react. Don't, and, stay true to who you are. You have to get out, be strong and courageous, and take the steps. Because unfortunately, and I believe in a lot of things can happen in life for people who are willing, and that's probably the key right there. To change. But those who aren't, what what research says and the experts say about narcissism, you won't. So stay strong. And if you can get out, take the steps, hey, get the support and do what you got to do to take care of yourself. You got to love yourself. We'll talk about cortisol. Yeah, you got to love yourself. They say they do, but again, the research and the professionals will tell you, it's a transaction, not an emotion.
They're missing that part. Well, that's great advice. Stay strong, trust yourself, take the steps.
And love yourself.
And love yourself.
Get the support.
Boy, and get the support. Yeah, obviously you've had good support.
I think I'm a good support to myself thus far, and I'm looking for more, external, and I will, avail myself as I uncover them, discover them.
That's great. Well, for those who are listening, if this resonated with you, or if you have a story that you'd like to share that might also help other people in their journey to get out of and let go of a narcissist, please check in with me, marvcurtiscoaching.com. Love to have you on. Thank you. Well, Jim, thanks again for being with us.
Hey, Mark, been a pleasure. I hope this helped. And, you're out there doing some good work. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, great job. That was a great story. People are going to love that.